Hi everybody, my name is Sue. If you don't know who I am, I'm Sue Cutway. Hi. So this is my book talk and makeup, where I'm going to talk about a book that I just currently read and do my makeup at the same time. So it should be fun. And if you hear any noises in the background, it's my cat. She's crazy cuckoo. So the book I finished reading was called North of Beautiful. And so North of Beautiful takes place, it's a modern book. It's about a high school girl. Her name is Tara, and Tara Cooper is her full name. She was born with a port wine stain, okay, on her face. If you don't know what a port wine stain is, basically it's just like this birthmark, and there's different places you can have it. You probably can't see mine, but mine's right there. So it's like a red stain on their face, but they call it a port wine stain because it kind of looks like that color. So she's born with that. The story opens up with her in high school. You do get a little background about her life later on in the book, but for now it starts out she's in high school. So she's in high school, she's dating a guy named Eric, but she hides with her hair, she hides the port wine stain. So she really doesn't, she's not really confident with it. Her boyfriend Eric, he's a pretty decent guy, but he basically likes her for her body, not so much her face. But they get along okay. So Tara's parents, when she was a baby on up through, would take her to specialists to see about getting the port wine stain lasered off. So she's been through quite a few treatments. What am I looking for here? To get the stain taken off. Obviously they don't work. Her mom and dad get along okay. So there's a little tension between the mom and dad. Dad has become very, I don't want to say verbally abusive, but for instance, his wife over the years had put on some pounds and she became large, a plus size woman, and he didn't like it because he's an avid, you know, he works out all the time. So he's an avid workout, sorry, I'm looking for my setting spray, workout guy. He goes to the gym a lot. That's what I'm trying to say. So he does that. And so he would say to his wife, do you really need that cracker? Because your clothes aren't fitting now. So he was that type of man. Which when I was reading this book, every time he opened his mouth, I was like, I just want to punch him right in the face. Such a dick. I think so anyway. So Tara's high school life goes on. Her and her mom go to another appointment in Seattle. It takes place in Oregon. So they go to another appointment in Seattle, and of course, you know, the doctors try their laser and her face is hurting and she just wants to go home. She's had enough. You know, it's not coming off. This is who I am. Whatever. So they head home. Tara's driving. It's snowy, and she gets into a small accident. She rear ends somebody at a gas station. So now she's introduced to this woman, Nora, who is in the car, and her son, Jacob, who was standing outside of the car. And so when Tara's car was coming, he was in between the two cars. He got out of the way just in time. Jacob, this new character that she meets, has a cleft lip. And he was adopted by Nora as a baby from China. So, and Nora has another little boy as well. And she was married, but now she's getting divorced because her husband cheated on her with a younger woman. Go figure. So, where was I? Okay, so then they have the accident. The mom's freaking out. Tara's mom is freaking out. Oh my God, we have to tell your father. he's not going to like this, you know, he's going to yell at us. Mom's freaking out. Tara's trying to calm her down. Nora, the other mom, Jacob's mom, is like, let's just go have some coffee. We'll talk it over, yada, yada, yada. Everything's going to be okay. Long story short, Nora and Tara's mom, and for the life of me, I can't remember her name, well, end up becoming best friends. Like, really best of friends. And so they get the car fixed. They end up telling Dad. He was not happy because he told them specifically, do not go and do another laser surgery. Can't afford it. You're just using my money for stuff that's not going to happen. Well, as Tara and Jacob are becoming friends, she's still dating Eric. And things are going okay, but not specifically okay. Because she was telling Eric about going to get the laser stuff done, and she was hemming and hawing and like, do I want to do it again? Do I not want to do it again? You know, I've been doing this my whole life. I just want to stop. And Eric looks at her and goes, well, why don't you just get that thing off your face? Isn't there a way you can just get it off your face? Yeah, don't even get me started on that part of the book, because I was just yelling at the book. I looked crazy, but I was yelling at the book. So, now she's on the fence about, do I want to stay with Eric? Do I not want to stay with Eric? Right now, Eric is the only one that loves me. He's a safe bet. Yada, yada, yada. Trying to figure out what eyeshadow I want here. Going with Popsicle. So, as Eric goes about his stuff, he's in wrestling, so he's always busy with wrestling. He doesn't make a lot of time for Tara, unfortunately, so now their relationship is kind of suffering. And the only time he comes around to see Tara is when he wants sex. When he wants sex. You know, he doesn't really like go out in public with her and display her as my beautiful girlfriend. He kind of hides her a little bit. So she's starting to realize this and not liking it. And in the meantime, her and Jacob are becoming very, very good friends because they have a lot in common. They feel that they're both kind of misfits, but they're not really. They're actually two beautiful people becoming friends. So as they're becoming friends, they start to open up and share stories with each other. So Jacob ends up telling Tara about his adoption and what happened there. And I won't go into details about that because I don't want to tell you the whole scenario or the whole situation. And then Tara goes into telling him, you know, about her dad and her mom and how things there are kind of different. So this is what I want. There's that. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by my brushes. So Nora convinces the mom to go on a trip to China because she wants to take Jacob back to where he was born, to the orphanage in China, and, you know, meet the woman that took care of him while he was a baby until she adopted him. So Tara is like, come on, Mom, let's go. This will be awesome. You need to get out. You know, you need to do something for yourself. You never do anything for yourself. So the mom agrees. So off to China they go. And this is where it gets really good because they're in China now. The mom, Tara's mom, is having, I really wish I could remember her name, is having an absolutely wonderful time. She is getting more confident with herself and showing herself off and just feeling comfortable. And Nora is like, let's go to this fabric shop and I'll show you the beautiful fabric. We'll make you some new clothes. We'll make Tara some clothes. I mean, they're just having a blast. An absolute blast. So off they go. In the meantime, Jacob and Tara just kind of tour the town, the country of China. They go to They end up going to the Great Wall and whatnot, so that's kind of nice. Then, so this whole time, Tara has not even told Jacob that she's dating somebody. Like, he doesn't even know she has a boyfriend. But she's scared to tell him because she doesn't want to lose his friendship, because she's really starting to like him. So they end up going back to, they do their trip. Mom's got tons of confidence and self-esteem, and she left a note of stuff to do. She made pre-made meals for Dad. You know, really Dad had nothing pressing to do other than reheat the meals. He really didn't have to do anything but grocery shop and reheat the meals. So they get back home from their trip. Oh, and this also mentions geocache. I don't know if it's geocache or geocaching. It's this whole thing where you follow a map and you go and find these little treasure boxes and you take something out and leave a note and put something in. I guess it was popular, I don't know, in the 90s maybe? Or in the 2000s? I'm not really sure about that, geocaching. If I'm saying it right. But it's in this book. Jacob and Tara end up doing it together. So they're pretty into it. So they end up going back home, and Tara and her mom get home and notice that Dad didn't even cook any of the meals. He cooked nothing. He ate out the whole time. So he's like, oh, good, you're back. What's for dinner? You know? And she's like, I made you all these meals. Why didn't you warm them up? Oh, so I have to cook for myself now? Blah, blah, blah. I was so mad at him. But the mom, because she gained so much confidence, was like, I guess you should have gone grocery shopping. I'm too tired from the trip. We're going to go lay down and take a nap and unpack. You're on your own. So I was like, yay, good for her. Woohoo. Made me very happy. So off they go. The mom and Tara. In the meantime, you know, Eric comes over. Well, actually, Eric picked them up from the plane airport. And then Jacob saw Eric, and Eric saw Jacob. And Jacob's like, you're dating this guy? Okay, bye-bye. You lied to me. You kept a secret from me. See you later, alligator. I don't want anything to do with you. So that was kind of upsetting. Not going to lie. So now she has just Eric. Okay, and then Eric's like, so do you love me? No, where is this going? Oh, I put that on too close. And she's like, no, I think we should just break up. And he's like, yeah, I kind of think so too. So they break up. I put too much blush on. And then so Tara's kind of upset, but not really. So then Tara ends up going to college. Jacob is still in high school. And I think at this point he's a senior. I could be wrong, because the story goes on about their lives and what they do. So off he goes to high school. She goes off to college. Blah, blah, blah. I want to dull this a little bit. I don't like the looks of it. Maybe I'll use this one. There we go. That was too pink for me. That's better. So they go their separate ways. Tara ends up going to college. She's a very, very good artist. I mean, an amazing artist. Her stuff has ended up in an art show. Holy macaroni. So that, I mean, that's how good she is. There's other characters in the book, but I don't want to spoil it too much. I'm not going to give away the ending, but I think you can pretty well tell where this is going. So she goes to college, and Eric goes about his way to college for wrestling. Tara's mom is still friends with Nora, and they do a whole bunch of stuff together. And so now Mom has her total confidence back. you know, she's telling Dad what for and how, and he's like, okay, yeah, no problem. He's starting to accept the new mom. And, you know, he's like, yeah, okay, so I like this person better, and I'll go do groceries for you, you stay here kind of thing. So he's starting to step up and be the husband that he was when they were first married. So that's kind of good. So then by the end, I'm kind of liking him, because he made the choice to change his ways, as well as Mom. So that was kind of good. Tara comes back home for a vacation or a visit, and goes to find Jacob to say, look, I have this map. We can go geocaching. I think it's geocache. If you want, yada, yada, yada. End of story. Not end of story, but I don't want to tell you the end of the story. It's just it's a young adult read, but it's a nice read for adults as well. Their stories are interesting. What they went through to get where they are, kind of thing. So I really liked it. That was